folks. So I've been trying to figure out where I am since I definitely got off the main Grand Valley Trail, and according to Google Maps, I am in the Grand River Natural Area River Ridge, or the Grand River Natural Area Otterbein. Needless to say, I'm on the water. So I think I will follow the river a little bit, despite not being on the main trail, and see where it takes me. Might pick up the Grand Valley Trail again, but we'll see. But I'm going to turn this off because I'm not one for filming other people, but we'll see what the trail brings. So I was just over there and just climbed up that tiny little hill, and sure enough, looks like we got a main pathway again. So it's supposed to rain at some point today. Not sure if I'll see any of that rain or not, but gonna get as much hiking as I can before I get poured on and call in the cavalry, aka Uber. See some geese and a couple mallards. And I did just look up the Grand Valley Trail mapping, and this is the Black Walnut section. They're starting to move off a little bit. And back in the woods. One mallard, two geese. Alright, back at it, guys. Red-winged blackbirds chirping away. Saw a flash of red on their wings. There's one. Now, of course, the kid in me would love to go across that tree trunk, but the adult in me is saying otherwise. And needless to say, adulting sucks. Alright, so just a little bit of a update on the trail and mapping. So interesting how they kind of point out the Walter Bean Grand River Trail and even the Trans-Canada Trail, but I am not seeing anything about the Grand Valley Trail. So obviously I'm not gonna and say that that's where I am because it's kind of obvious, but anyways, so I started off probably around here because King Street and Weber, that's all behind me. So there's Lackner, so yeah, probably right around there. There's a bit of a parking spot. Doesn't really give much on the way of legend, so not too bad of a hike so far, and looks like you can go all the way to the township of Woolwich. All right, onward. So after that deviation to the Grand River Nature area, I seem to have picked up the Grand Valley Trail again, not by any specific signage, but I do see some blazes, and those are typically used for, bigger trail systems. So I think I'm back on the trail. Well, the Grand Valley anyways. Not that I was out to explore that specifically today, but nice little area. Saw another garter snake. Got attacked by a big friendly chocolate lab who was very happy to see me and very happy to be out on the trail. Alright, so not a lot to see here, so I'm not gonna bore you to death, and I'll check in a little bit later. There is one type of woodpecker that's pretty common in southwestern Ontario. I'll have to look up the name. And sure enough, had a quick jaunt through suburbia, as you can tell, but definitely back on the Grand Valley Trail. And more suburbia. So after a few blocks of walking through a bit of an industrial area, which is kind of boring, I'm now at the edge of Kolb Park, and pretty much at the cusp of where like the main part of Kitchener kind of starts, and Breslau is just right next to me here. So there is a trail that's going to continue on, and despite a few drops of rain, it's still partially cloudy, partially blue sky. So what's a few drops in the middle of a nice spring day, right? And kind of behind me, so I just ran into a couple of people that were out walking a dog, and that kind of dead ends after a while. And so that was the trail coming down from the industrial area, and had a little bit of a break. And going to continue on. So I'm just going to keep following these blazes, as that's the Grand Valley Trail. And again, it's not that I'm specifically following the Grand Valley, but I've been kind of curious about it for a while, and not sure if I'll do a through hike of the Grand Valley, because it does go through quite a few municipalities, and it's not really a backcountry trail of sorts, but it is on my to-do list, just to say that I've done it. And actually, if you can see that BMW sign up there, that is actually Victoria Road. See some ducks and geese. You can hear the geese. Nice little pond. Now, if there are people who are watching this and are not familiar with Canada geese, they can actually be pretty aggressive. So I'm going to give these guys a wide berth, because they will chase after me. That's cool. And they're leaving the area anyway, so don't have to worry about that. Yeah, so if you ever come across Canada geese, fair warning, they will nip at you, and their beaks, despite the fact that they're small, are pretty powerful. So it will smart. And yes, I'm speaking from personal experience. So my main dilemma right now is just how far to go today. I was kind of hoping for at least 10 kilometers, and last time I looked at all trails, because as usual I've been recording my hike, it said that I was right around the 7-kilometer mark. Legs don't feel too bad, feet feel pretty good. The ultras have a very, very different feel for the ground and the terrain that you're walking over. Not nearly as thick of a sole as the Merrell. A lot better traction, I can say that much. But because of maybe how thick the sole is and how pliable it is, you can really feel the ground that you're walking on. So whether that means, stones, roots, you can actually feel your your foot kind of form over that terrain. And I'm just going to show you, it looks like we have beavers in the area, even though I've never seen any. But like obviously that's man-made, but the lower part is definitely not by chainsaw. The only beavers that I've seen in this area have been on the Speed River Trail, which connects Guelph to Cambridge, and that's actually a really nice trail, both in pretty much any season, especially in the winter. It's really, really nice, really peaceful. Oh, lots of fluffies. Oh, hey there. So I just realized something, that I left the sunroof of my car open. At least not, horizontally open, just jacked up a little bit in the back. But I don't really anticipate a lot of rain to get in, because the slide cover is mostly closed. But of course, it's just one of those things. It's like, yeah, it's gonna rain. Let's leave the sunroof open. Anyways, so I just crossed the 8-kilometer mark, and I think the Grand Valley Trail is going to continue kind of curling up and going back into Kitchener. So I haven't really left my neighborhood all that much, like in terms of the area of Kitchener that we live in. So I think I'm going to call it shortly. I've kind of explored this part of the Grand River before, but mainly I want to get back to the car before it actually starts pouring rain. And according to the weather report, it's supposed to rain all evening, so that's not a fun thing. And I'm hungry, so I want dinner, and I'm thinking I deserve a pizza, but we'll see. Anyways. So unless something grabs my attention that's worth your attention, I'm going to end things there. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and that will really help out me and the channel and bring you this content. There's more coming your way. I'm not sure when this video is going to hit the channel, but stay tuned, as I will be tackling the Great Divide Trail this summer. So there's going to be content very quickly approaching there, and also some content on the Flower Pot Island adventure, where I got stranded on the island for a few days. Very cool. Anyways, until next time, guys, hope to see you out there, and remember to get inspired, get outside, and get active. Till then.